involved with the charity. And thank you to you all for being involved this evening and the hard work and the sponsorship that you've accrued this evening, because without that money, RHM wouldn't be able to do the wonderful things that they've been doing, and you've obviously seen evidence of this evening. So thank you again, and also I think a huge thank you, I'd like a round of applause for the people at RHM. It's the wonderful work and dedication that the team there do that is truly inspiring. We're going to get on to the prizes for the performances, which I look forward to doing in a moment. But before we do that, if you haven't been inspired enough, I'd just like you to all listen to a few moments about two chaps that we have here that, you know, as a rather average event, are just rowing across the Atlantic next year. So if I can introduce Dan Howdy and Will North to tell you a little about what they're going to be up to next year.
I'm Will, this is Dan, and as you can see on the screen, we are Atlantic Row 2013. I'd just like to say, first and foremost, what a terrific event this has been. I hope everyone's enjoyed this, and even I actually was very close to sick at the end of it, so pretty glad it's over. But firstly, thank you very much indeed to Stanford for putting this on, supporting it, and for allowing us to speak to you all today, and also to RHM. I didn't know much about the charity beforehand. I've learned a lot tonight. What a terrific challenge it is, and please do all dig deep. There are some buckets still going around, so any change, notes would be preferred. Please do chuck it in. Yeah, just wanted to say thank you very much for giving us the time.
Guys, so for those of you who haven't recorded yet tonight, in December 2013, we'll be rowing 3,000 miles across the Atlantic Ocean. Starting in the Canary Islands, finishing in Antigua, in Cooperage Harbour. The event is known as the Talisker Whiskey Atlantic Challenge. And the main aim, as well as staying afloat and staying alive, is to raise £200,000 for charity.
For those of you who don't know much about this challenge, it's pretty tough. More people have actually big deal. More people actually climbed Everest than rowed the Atlantic. More people have been to space. More people have been to the South Pole than actually survived this trip, made this trip. It's really probably the greatest challenge of our lives.
So we've already tell you about some of the problems we're going to face along the way, some of the obstacles. First up is shipping lanes. So we're going to actually be rowing in a shipping lane, which isn't ideal. Four guys who rowed the Indian Ocean last year actually nearly got hit by a ship. The ship they saw on the horizon bearing down on them, and they got on the radio. The ship didn't respond. They kept getting on the radio, they would not respond. And in a last-ditch attempt to avoid a collision, they fired one of their flares into the sky. Luckily, someone on deck just happened to be walking around, saw it, and they literally avoided a collision by about 50 metres, which is pretty close. So
another one of the problems we're going to have to face is the psychological and physical exhaustion. We're going to be rowing 2 hours on, 2 hours off for up to 90 days. In one of the previous races, a chap called Burton Paul was so delusional he actually believed there was a dinner party going on underneath the boat. His partner was asleep in the cabin. He actually woke him up, banging on the floor of the boat to try and get them to shut up. We're going to be in a bit of a state, really.
Guys, and the next one, probably my biggest fear is salt sores.
You're rowing. Move on.
That's what's going to happen to us probably after a couple of weeks out there. It looks absolutely horrendous. I'm not looking forward to it. Yeah, I'll probably move on to it.
As you can see, we're also going to come across the wildlife, marine life in the ocean. One of them is definitely going to be the great white sharks. In one of the previous races, a chap called Hicks was rammed repeatedly by a great white shark for up to an hour. He actually used his shovel, and I have no idea why he had his shovel on the ocean. Plastic shovel out tonked it on the head, and that was the only thing they could do to get it to go away. But anymore, and it could quite easily broken through his boat, and it could have been another story.
The next slide is waves, which is probably my biggest fear actually. There'll be anywhere between 40 and 80 foot when we're out there. One of the boats in the last Atlantic race actually capsized when the guys were changing over their shifts, so they had the cabin door open at the time. So it got flooded basically, and the boat wouldn't recorrect itself. So they were 1,000 miles out at sea, pitch black. 40-foot waves hitting them, they couldn't recorrect the boat, so they were in a whole world of pain. Luckily they managed to cut the life raft off, get in the life raft, and they got picked up 15 hours later by a passing ship, so God knows how they survived that, but so be alert for waves basically.
And finally, and by far the greatest challenge that we're going to face is actually getting to the start line. We need to raise between 70 and 80,000 pounds in order to do this. So we cover our food, our equipment, our transport, all of our training, accommodation, everything. But more importantly, this is also going to cover our boat. We need a competitive boat, we want to win this. Actually, two of our biggest supporters so far, James Cracknell and Ben Fogel, have actually kindly donated their boat from their crossing. It's a bit odd, it needs some work, but we're going to use it for PR purposes to do a range of different events over the next 2 years.
So guys, this race is regarded as probably one of the toughest challenges on the planet. So therefore it generates an enormous amount of publicity prior to, during and after the race. There'll be hundreds of thousands of people watching this race on the internet. So therefore it provides a unique opportunity for sponsors to create brand awareness essentially on a national and international level.
As you can see, the media coverage for 2011, the race in 2011 was enormous. 2013 is expected to exceed this, and this is just a snapshot of the circulation. In fact, the circulation just here on display reached over 100 million people.
So basically, we're here well, hopefully some of you guys out there might work for companies that might potentially be one of our corporate sponsors. And if not, then maybe you might know some people that might be able to help us in some way in terms of kit. As Will said, we need to raise about 70 to 80,000 pounds. So anyway, to know that cost, if you can help in any way, we'd greatly appreciate hearing from you.
Just to wrap up, we had a fantastic time today. Congratulations to every team that took part. It was really tough. So well done for everyone completing it. Well done to our chairman again. I can't reiterate enough. Fantastic charity. Please do all do deep today. And the team have done a fantastic effort in organising all this. So we all owe them a big thank you. And I look forward to seeing you all hopefully next year for a rematch. Thank you.